Last week, Japanese scientists placed explosive detonators at the bottom of Lake Loch Ness to blow Nessie out of the water.
I want to welcome everyone to the RAW H2O podcast.
There you go.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, man. It's been a glorious last couple weeks.
It's good to see you.
Likewise, sir.
I think we did this at the last minute today again.
Yeah, it's thrown together.
And we pulled it off.
Yeah,
like
well,
literally at the last second.
I wouldn't say we pulled it off yet, sir. We just started.
True.
Yeah,
but we got the
down.
recording going this time. We're not, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
So, what's new?
Just got done with the Miami Yacht Show.
Okay, how was that?
Ditch Pack. Went fucking great.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
it was a good time.
What happened?
What happened? We sold some packs, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sold a few packs. We thought we were going to be at the Miami Boat Show.
Right.
Turns out we signed up for the Yacht Show.
Gotcha.
But, a little bit of a blessing in disguise.
Was there a boat show going on?
There was, yeah. It was all going on at
Really?
the same time. Yes, sir. And
So this was
there's
like a
yacht show. There's a super yacht show. Yeah.
At the same time?
It's a whole thing.
Now, were they competing against each other, or was this...
I don't think that's how they operate. I don't know if that would make
No, I don't know
sense.
if they're two different companies. Is it like...
I think Informa, I think they kind of run it all. It's just different locations, probably different requirements to be at the yacht show versus a boat show, yada. So,
Sure.
yeah.
Gotcha. Well, guess what?
What's that?
Do you know why I raced here right after my
Why
clients?
did you race
so we
here
can
right
do
after
a
clients?
So we could do a little podcast show?
Yeah? I heard somebody caught a Marlin
Yes.
from a plastic boat,
Yes.
a.k.a. Kayak.
Yes. So,
What?
Adam Fisk,
Yeah.
who you know.
I do
He's
know.
fished plenty of my tournaments through the years.
I think I met him in the Bahamas for the first time, battling the Bahamas a few years back.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I don't know him well, but
All right.
I definitely follow him. He kills it down there in Panama.
Does awesome in Panama.
Yeah.
I've known him for years. I actually met him like right before I started the tournaments.
Oh, okay.
And he was
So
at
he's
Pet Supermarket.
OG. He'd been around since before the tournaments.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
So him and I
think
would
I remember
talk.
seeing videos of him shark fishing from ladders.
Oh yeah,
Was that him?
He would do it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
And he would. I mean, me and him would talk and about offshore kayak fishing. He asked where I fished from, and and this is back in like, I don't know, 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
So
The
he
beginning.
was a wee little lad.
Yeah.
So, and I was young.
You were. Was that your MTV days?
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Blonde tips, one earring,
Blonde tips, one earring. Good God, Joe.
soul patch.
What are you doing with your life?
I don't know.
That's outrageous.
But I did not get one of back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, everyone got the
barbed wire,
those stupid
tribal,
tattoos, the tribals. Yes. So I did not get a tribal.
I can't really talk shit about bad tattoos.
Did you have the
I've
blonde
got a couple.
tips? Everyone had the blonde tips.
You remember Sunnin?
Yes.
Yes, I did the Sunnin, and so it basically I have kind of dark hair. I just turned it
That's so
orange.
gay.
Like I just had orange hair. It was terrible.
Well, you got to do it. So I mastered the blonde tips. I don't even know how we got here, but I mastered it by you do the sun-in first, and then you go over the sun-in again with another pack, so it bleaches it even more to where your hair's like dead, but it
Okay.
makes it like almost whitish
Sure.
blonde.
Yeah.
I didn't like the orange look. I was more towards the
I didn't like it
whitish
either.
blonde.
It's just what happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you do it with the mustache too, or no?
Come on, I didn't have that back
Gotcha.
then.
You had one earring.
I wasn't
didn't you?
that cool back
Did you have
then.
the one earring?
I have
And a puka necklace?
I had 2 earrings in each ear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you wear a
Little
sweater?
Silver hoops.
Remember the sweaters?
The sweaters. I don't
Yeah,
remember
the
the sweaters.
90s, early 2000s. Everyone wore the sweaters, the Janko jeans.
Oh, I had Jinkos. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. Some Doc Martens.
Right. Just so we're bringing people back to when I met Adam Fisk.
Yeah, that's where this
Yeah,
started.
you know,
We dove down that rabbit hole quite
Right.
deep, but
so this was blonde tips days, Janko jeans, 90210. This was the era, and
Okay.
Adam fished my tournaments right from the beginning. And I'll tell you what, I mean, he was a special angler even back then. I mean, he was doing really well fishing, and he would always do really well in the tournaments. And then he had that whatever it was presented to him to go to Panama and do these charters.
I wonder how long, we gotta ask him. How long
Yeah,
it's
I
been
want to
now.
ask him how that even started, because I really
Feels
don't
like
know.
It's been about 4 years since he went down
Probably
there?
4 or 5 years.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years.
It has to be.
Yeah, I guess that's a question for him.
Yeah, and the fishing there is just unbelievable, and he's really taken
Cabera, the freaking
Yeah.
roosters, and
Yeah.
then, of course he's got what, 2 Marlin now? I think
2 Marlin.
Were they both black?
Yeah, I think that's the only. I think there you only get the black marlins, and then you
Okay.
get those monster sailfish.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I mean, that fight with that marlin, I mean, I'm looking at it right now. They estimated it to be 500 pounds, black marlin, and he caught it off the Pacific Coast of Panama.
Words are tough.
Whew, that was a tongue twister. Say that 3 times.
Tongue twister, tongue twister, tongue twister.
Bitch.
A sucker.
So yeah, that's real. I mean, this you could watch the video from Robert Field, who we also know.
Yakfish TV, I think.
Yes.
Yep.
And
is it on that? That's the YouTube channel it's up on. Right?
Correct. And you could watch the video of this sucker, and it's unbelievable. I'm looking at it right now, and it's epic. So he's going to be calling in, talking about that 6-hour fight. He should be calling in any minute.
Any second.
He's calling in right now. That's how good I am.
Did you push record on the computer?
No.
God damn it.
No, I did. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
All right. Here he is. Adam. Captain Adam.
What's up, Joe? How you doing?
Whew.
Mr.
Right.
Fisk.
How's it going, buddy?
Doing great. How about you guys?
Living the dream, buddy.
Always good, sir. Always good.
I'm here with Eric right now, and we raced to get this podcast going because I had to get you on the show before you leave because you're heading back to Panama tonight, right?
Yep, headed back. I leave in a couple hours.
Gotcha.
Kind of finalizing stuff right now, but yeah, it's good. I know we've been talking about it for a while, but it never ends up working out. So I had to make sure we could do it this time.
I know, man. Those schedules, we're all over the place, but we finally all got together. You were here for the boat show, correct?
Yeah. I made it on the first day. I came down. It was huge.
Awesome.
Yeah. Hey, we were actually just talking. How long have you been down in Panama now?
I've been down in Panama like about 3.5 years.
Okay.
Now, so I think my first trip was in June 2016. But I've been full time there like 3.5 years.
Okay, so they had the kayak fishing resort down there before you got there, and you just kind of helped them, better that, or how'd that get going?
So the owner was trying to figure out some type of fishing operation. His original plan was to make like a marina, and then he kind of changed plans after talking to one of his friends, and he actually brought Matt and Eric down from Deep Blue.
Okay.
He got a couple kayaks, and he brought them down, and they kind of tested out the area to see if they could catch any fish, and see if it was like a feasible idea to bring groups down, and so they were the first two, and then they caught some rooster fish and some good stuff. So then they brought me down. I came down with my dad, and we scouted some spots, caught some fish, and then we all came back with Robert and Matt and Eric and a couple other people, and we guided the first group. And then ever since then, I was coming back and forth, doing trips every few months, and then the owner gave me the offer to stay there full time. So that's where I'm at.
That's awesome.
Very cool, man. And now that you're doing all this, what's the growth you've seen? I mean, I'm seeing your stuff all over the place now.
And they're constantly booked.
Yeah, constantly. So, like, how did you end up growing this? Like, what was the plan from the start to get this moving and to get it to where it's at now?
It took some time. Like that first trip, like we had that first group booked, and then it was really had to grind to get our first couple of groups together. Like we probably did maybe like 8 groups that had less than 4 people.
Wow.
So we just did everything we could, caught as many fish as possible, and tried to put as much good content out as possible. And it just really stick through it, and it's paying off now, especially big time. Like after that Marlin, like I can't even keep up with the emails. There's so many emails, and it's pretty crazy. So
yeah, my boss, who I'm sure you know, Bill Bragman, right after you got that Marlin, he calls me and goes, "Hey, if I cover the plane trip, do you want to go to Los Buzos?" So we may also be signing up in the near future.
Well, speaking of the Marlin, Adam, let's talk about that Marlin. So let's talk about the first Marlin first. So did you know that there were black Marlin there to begin with? Did you scout them? Did you target them? What's the story with the first one leading up to the second one that was epic?
Well, I knew there were Marlin in the area, like I before even coming down, because so our lodge is kind of like between two of like the biggest Marlin lodges in the world, like Tropic Star and Pacific Bay. they're on like the opposite sides of us. So we're like right in the middle, and we actually have a deeper channel closer to shore. So it makes sense that like we're gonna have an epic marlin fishery right there. So I knew that before my first ever trip, and then my third trip, I hooked one. I ended up staying. We guided a group, and I ended up staying an extra week just to see if I could get some extra content. This is before I was there full time. So I guided a trip. I think Christina Weber was there, Robert was there, all other guys were there, and so they all went home. And I stayed an extra week by myself, and then the first day by myself, I hooked my first marlin ever.
Oh wow!
And it it was a little sketchy. Like I wasn't expecting it because I hadn't even caught like a big rooster fish yet. I thought like as soon as I hooked up, I thought, man, this is my first big rooster fish. Like you can see me in the video like messing with my drag, trying to make sure it's perfect, and all of a sudden like this huge marlin.
What's that rooster fish trophy y'all have down there for over 50 inches?
King Cock.
There you go.
Top 10 rooster. Well, King Cock is number one, and then there's a trophy. The top 10, you got to be over 53.5 inches, which all of them are bigger than the world record right now.
Oh wow! That's wild.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome, man.
I gotta get down there.
And so you fight this one marlin, and I believe this one you didn't really get, right? Or this one it was too big, like you weren't ready for it.
Correct. Yeah, I wasn't prepared. I had a smaller reel. I was going after like smaller rooster fish and cuberas and stuff like that. So this marlin ended up just taking a screaming run. It jumped like maybe 15, 20 feet away from the kayak, and I realized it was a marlin. And as soon as that happened, it just started screaming and took like a 500-yard run, and then it started jumping and jumping and jumping. I got kind of okay video of it. But yeah, it ended up taking almost all my line. I had like 5 wraps of line left on the spool, and then I think it tail whipped the line because the double line broke. So he had kind of like just whittled it away, but it was only 40-pound line. So
right.
So I got all my line back, but he pretty much schooled me.
Damn, man. Wow. Okay, so you lose that one. All right. So now you're like, son of a bitch, and you know now that they're there. So in the meantime, because there is kind of a gap between the first one you had to the one you just got, were you at this time like, was it like hunting that white whale? Were you consistently trying to find another one of these marlin, or was it just kind of like another surprise?
Oh yeah. So like that one, like that was long ago. That was like one of my first trips ever. And like ever since that happened, I was like, man, next chance I get, like I'm gonna be prepared. So I talked to Brandon from Adrenaline. I made him make me a marlin rod, and I talked to Austin from Accurate, and he hooked me up with a proper Accurate Valiant 1000. So I was like, every time I go out, I'm taking that combo. I'm gonna be ready. And it ended up being like I didn't have a ton of chances to go out, and every time I was going out, I was guiding groups and stuff like that. So
sure.
I never really fished that I didn't have that many chances. And then all of a sudden, I mean, we did like maybe 6, 7 like good groups, and then I had a gap where I could go out, and it was a beautiful, beautiful day. I went out with our previous guide Kevin, and I ended up, what did I do? I caught a big eye trevally, and I kept it up next to my kayak, and I went out deep. I wanted to go past the roosterfish area, past the cubera area, and just take it out to where I thought the marlin might be.
Okay, and it's like a drop-off, basically, right? Just like in South Florida.
Yeah, it is. But it's kind of similar. It takes a while, like maybe like 3 miles to get out to like 350 feet. But once you get to 350 feet, like it starts dropping like crazy.
Gotcha.
Like once you're at like 5 miles, you're at like 2,000.
Okay.
Or and like after that, it's like maybe 1 more mile, you're in like 6,000. So it's like a huge drop off there. But the spot that we go to for the marlin is like 150.
Oh wow.
So the second marlin I landed. So I've landed or leadered 2 and lost 1. But this is the first one that I leadered. And I had gone out with my buddy Kevin, the other guide, and he ended up going back in early, and so I was out there by myself again. And then that's when I hooked the second one, and it just started screaming, pulling me straight offshore. Like there's a pretty good video of it. Like I turned the camera on like right when it hit.
Right.
And it ended up taking take me like 10 miles offshore.
Jesus.
Kind of the same thing happened, like with the radios. Like I was calling over the radio, nobody answered me for like 15, 20 minutes, and then Moore's wife Terry answers the phone, and then she went and got Kevin. Like they sent the boat out to get me. But it's kind of the same scenario. But it ended up taking me 10 miles out. It seemed to jump a lot more than the most recent one. But yeah, I got it up right next to the boat, right next to the kayak. Leadered it. I got some really, really cool pictures. But yeah, and then I got it. I'm like, almost every time I go out now, like I just go after marlin. Like keep the bait up next to my boat. And
wow.
Because there's like the area we'll catch some bait like up against the rocks, and then all around the rocks there's like really good area for cubera snapper and rooster fish and
nice.
All kinds of other stuff. So you can put your bait there if you want to catch rooster fish. And like people that come to the lodge, like we have GPSs on all the kayaks and stuff. So we have points, like one of the points is Rooster City, one of them is called Cubera City, and like all these other like hot spots. And
gotcha.
You go there, you put a bait, you're pretty much guaranteed.
What are y'all using for bait out there? For Cubera and roosters.
Usually, like my favorite for roosters is a blue runner. Like you catch them in Florida.
Cool.
And then there's another fish that we have that's very similar. It's called a big-eyed trevally. It's more similar to like the big-eyed jack or a horse-eyed jack. I mean.
Right.
And then my favorite for cuberas is bonitas. And we have tons of bonitas. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
And with the cuberas, you just drop them down and that's it, right? Right in those spots, and you're good to go. I mean, what's your setup for those?
There's a couple different techniques to do it. Definitely the best technique is bonita. Put a stinger rig on. We like to use circle hooks for our stinger rig. So we'll do two circle hook stinger with 120-pound fluorocarbon, 13-0 circle hooks.
Nice.
And that's like almost guaranteed to get a bite. You go to the area where they're at and you stick it out. Sometimes it takes a while to get a bite, but you stick it out and you will get hit. We tell people like
very cool, man.
Probably get at least 5 bites from a cubera every trip.
Oh wow!
But it's getting
crazy.
the hook and it's getting them out of their cave. That's the problem.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Wow.
The challenge, I guess.
Wow. And with the rooster fish, what's your setup for those?
It's kind of the same thing, but I like to use just one single circle hook. We'll use between 80 and 120-pound fluorocarbon, just because you never know. Like you're kind of a lot of the areas that the cuberas are in are the same areas that the rooster fish are in, so you're kind of you don't know what you're hooking.
Sure.
But I like to use a single because I don't like them to swallow that second hook. And, we like to keep our fish as healthy as possible. So
sure.
But yeah, you pretty much go to similar areas with a similar rig.
Wow. I mean, it's awesome, man. I mean, that place is literally like Jurassic Park, you know? I mean, it's unbelievable. The fish that you guys are getting is just amazing, and man, it's just nuts, you know?
Every picture I see, every post I see coming out of there is just ridiculous.
Yeah, and you're just breaking records there. Like, it's freaking gangbuster.
Seems like monthly there's a new record out of there.
Yeah. I mean... now let me ask you.
Submitted another one.
Oh, Jesus!
Yep, there it is, another one
for their Corvina. We'll have the Corvina record.
So what is that?
That's a giant trout.
It looks like a giant trout. Yeah, like a giant sand trout.
Yep.
Jeez,
looks like a big sand trout,
man. And let me ask you this now, marlin wise, is it just the black marlin there, or do you have options of different type?
Yeah, so we do have blue marlin. I know a couple guys that have caught blues.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I've heard that there's striped marlin around, but I've never seen them.
We're going to need you to get one of those striped.
Expert on marlin, so I'm not.
So if you could get on that for us.
April. A couple years ago, we saw 10 in one day. 10 marlin. You can clearly tell that they were marlin, but I don't know what kind. Like I guess that they were blacks because that's what I was used to. Like that's what we're used to seeing and hooking. But yeah, we saw 10 in one day, all just cruising around. None of them ate any bait, but yeah. So, but they looked a little smaller, so that's why I think that maybe they were striped. Because like all the blacks that we see are huge. Like I've seen countless black marlin jump, and I've seen several that had to have been over 1,000 pounds, like huge.
Jesus.
Like a school bus going out of the water.
Let me ask you this: Have any of your guests hooked up to a Marlin yet?
Oh yeah. So in December, this past December, back to back in 2 days, two guys hooked up black marlin. They were both. Were they both trolling? Yeah, they were both trolling yellowfin tunas.
Jesus Christ.
Trolling yellowfin tunas from a kayak.
3 minutes.
Oh my
Yeah, man.
God.
There's this spot that we go to. It's a mothership spot. It's only like 7 miles away, but we'll take the kayaks over there, just to kind of give the guests a little change of scenery and like fish a different area. And it's a little closer to the ledge, and it's this rock that comes up to 35 feet, and it's surrounded by like 150 feet of water. So it's like this huge rock, and all these currents kind of converge there, and there's like almost a guarantee that you'll catch yellowfin every single day, like pretty much a guarantee. So we'll go out and we'll troll around and catch some yellowfins, and we'll hook them up. And if they're up to the challenge, we'll put them on the hook and and set them free and see what happens. Back to back 2 days, people, they hook big ones.
Unbelievable.
Saw both.
Yeah, that's crazy. Good night.
You know, the striped marlin are beautiful. I think Jim Salmon's got some on one of his shows or whatever, and they just get so lit up. I mean, they're just awesome. You know, if you can get one of those, man, that'd be killer. You know, they're just so beautiful for pictures.
Yeah, man. People keep asking me like, what's next on my list after I caught the marlin. And I wanna get like all the species of marlin.
Yeah.
But I'd love to catch a striped. And he said, so he's the guide down there, and he said almost every single trip they would go out, they would catch striped marlin.
Really?
And I think it's like Baja, California somewhere. But yeah, he said almost every single time they could catch blacks, and he's caught multiple in one day.
Damn, man. That's awesome.
What are we doing up here?
They're not black striped.
I know. Just when you think one place is great, another place is better, man.
I'm gonna have to move again.
I know. You can't. You have a girlfriend.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, Eric's got a girlfriend. Did you know that, Adam?
I did not know that.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know that.
It's still new, but we'll talk about that later. Yeah. So Adam, so what's the future of Panama, of the place, of the charters? I mean, what do you guys have planned? I don't know if there's some secrets maybe you can tell us. Is there anything new that you guys are brewing or what?
Well, we're always trying to upgrade, try to make the best experience possible for our people. So we're just trying to grow. The owner of Los Buzos is making some huge improvements. We're going to have a couple of other activities for people, because we have a lot of guests that want to come and they want to bring their wife or their kids, and their kids fishing and stuff. So we're going to have 4x4 tours like around the mountains, and horseback riding, and we're building a pool and like making all these improvements. We actually Morris updated the lodge, or the area across from the lodge, like across the street, like there's this gazebo area, and he just built like a nice big bar, and he's going to have a TV and stuff like that, which is like a huge improvement from where we came from, which we had like not much at all.
Right. What's y'all's capacity there? How many people can y'all house?
So the max anglers we do is 12, and that's when Robert's here, because he's an extra guide and he's extra hand. But if he's not here, we do 10 anglers. But like we have some extra room so people can bring their wife and their kids, and they can stay on land.
And how many guides are currently there full time?
How many guides? There's 3.
Okay.
3 right now. So it's me, Derek, and we got another one coming in that we'll introduce a little later on. He's actually coming back with me.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Well, when I go back tonight.
Nice.
Awesome, man. Well, listen, Adam, you know, I what you've done, I mean, with that marlin, 500 pounds, I mean, it's epic.
Well, and what he's done with the lodge in the short amount of time he's been
there,
the
whole thing is awesome.
It's now the premier kayak fish.
Sure,
if you wanna,
of course.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to catch
dinosaurs,
killer fish from a kayak, you go to Los Buzos now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And I really commend you, man. I mean, I told you this on the phone when we talked yesterday. You know, that I really respect what you've done. And before you actually called in, we were talking about, you know, like the early 90s when you and I met, when we had blonde tips in our hair and one hoop earrings.
Whoa, Adam, did you also take
puka necklaces?
Blonde tips?
What?
I said. I think only one of us said the first.
Yeah.
I know, you're right. You're right.
I had a
you're
feeling. I had a feeling you were just trying to loop them in on that with you.
I was trying.
Trying to feel better about yourself.
I almost hooked him right there. I almost got him.
Calm down, MTV.
But listen, I mean, I met you years ago, as you know, and you and I would talk fishing, and you know, to have you part of our tournaments for years was awesome. And you know, we miss you here at Extreme, and we miss you here in Florida. And you know, I commend you for everything you're doing, man. I really give you a lot of credit, and I'm proud of you, man.
Yeah,
It's
bravo.
awesome what you've built.
Really appreciate that, man. And again, I think you're a big part of it, because without your tournaments and all that, I don't think I'd be that serious into the sport, and I don't think I would have known Matt and Eric from Deep Blue. So
Awesome.
Without you, I don't know if Los Buzos would be here, or I don't know if I'd be there. So
Wow.
big thanks to you as well.
Thank you, man.
Circle always comes around.
That's a big compliment. Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate
sure.
it, man. I really do. So, all right, brother. Well, listen, we got 4 minutes here. Do you want to give people the information, like where can they go if they're interested in a charter and all that?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're interested in doing a trip, you can email us at info@losbuzos.com, or just go to losbuzos.com, and there's tons of info there. A week trip is like, we do all-inclusive week trips. They include transport from Panama City to our lodge and back, 6 nights lodging, 5 full days fishing, and a full day of fishing with us is like around 8 hours. Sometimes we'll go longer, sometimes we'll go shorter. We can cut it shorter. We kind of do whatever the angler wants to do, but we're down to spend as much time on the water as possible, and just to get everybody the best fishing possible. And so 5 full days of fishing, and we have a new chef that is like absolutely incredible. Every meal is prepared by her. She makes breakfast for everyone. She packs a insulated lunch, which is like, it can be a fried grouper sandwich, or like just something that you would never expect to be served out on the water.
Very cool.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic.
Every single night, which is awesome.
Awesome, man.
People come and they say it's worth it just to have the food.
Wow, that's great.
The price is only $19.50 right now, so $19.50.
I got my tax return coming in. I'm heading down.
Very cool. Very cool, man.
Go.
Well, listen, and then you guys are on Instagram too, right? And Facebook and all that?
Absolutely. So Instagram is at Los Buzos Panama, and so you can follow us there.
Okay. Awesome, man.
We got Facebook too.
What's your Facebook? The same thing?
Facebook is, I think it's just Los Buzos. Or it could be Los
Yeah,
Buzos
I mean-
Panama. We recently changed it, but I think
Okay.
Facebook has a search function.
Hey, yeah, we'll just
search for Los Buzos.
Just search for it, guys.
Yeah.
You know,
and I'll put it up like right here.
Okay,
And,
perfect.
yeah, we'll have it
Eric
up there.
Eric's got his little magic skills with editing. He can throw that up. On
I know how to
the,
use search bars.
on the podcast. Yeah.
Right words.
All right, Adam. Listen, buddy. Enjoy your flight, and like I said, I appreciate everything you've done for the sport, and I think your Marlin catch was epic, and we're excited for the future and to see what else you're going to catch.
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome, man. Really appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys down there soon.
Yeah,
Definitely, brother.
I'm hoping to be there this year. We'll see.
All right. See you, buddy.
All right, see you. Take care.
What a swell guy.
I mean,
Did you stop it? Are we stopped? Are we still on?
I have the cheering thing going. You like the cheering? It's, it's cute.
I feel it's cliche though.
I don't really care. I got other buttons here.
Do you? What you got?
I got the Flintstones.
90 seconds.
Oh, we got 90 seconds to go.
Right.
So you're just gonna play with sounds?
All right. So we got right when he was going to say yabba dabba do.
Yeah, I know. You ruined that.
I know I did.
It was gonna be good.
So that was great with Adam.
He's a great guy.
Really is. Just for you listeners, you got to check out what they're catching over there. It's unbelievable. It's
Monster
truly
Cubera, Monster Rooster, Monster Marlin.
dream fish.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, from a 13-foot plastic boat.
60
It's unbelievable.
Getting towed around.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fight. You have to fight these fish down there. It's not.
You have to fight these fish down
Yeah,
there?
it's not bass fishing. Where they just drag the fish in.
So wait. So what?
Yeah, you
Like when
actually
you're-
have to fight the fish.
Really? You have to fight the fish
Yeah,
when you're
instead of
fishing?
these-
That's truly
these
unbelievable,
tiny
guys.
bass
You
people-
have to fight the fish when you're fishing. Oh my God!
I don't think I like your attitude.
This guy today blowing kisses. I can't do it. I can't.
I did not
All
sleep
right.
at all last night. I'm fucking beat.
All right, guys. Well, we love you. We'll see you soon. Are we going to do a giveaway? We got a couple seconds, so we got to do it. What do you want to do for the giveaway?
I have no idea.
We're going to give away a Yak Gear bag. It's got a bunch of awesome goodies in there, like SA Hoo Rags. We got, I think, a Hobie whistle, koozies, a bunch of stuff. But what do you want to do? You want to do share it?
Share, like, comment?
Let's do it. All right. So what do you want to do?
Yeah, That's
what you want to do?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. We're going to share, like, go. See you guys.